Utah's oldest cold case is now solved. And new tonight, we're hearing from the murder victim's family.
Yeah, the crime dates back 59 years when the 17-year-old girl was found strangled in a backyard. His specialist Debbie Worthen live for us tonight in Logan. And Debbie, solving this case means quite a bit to a lot of people, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sure does. Starting with her family, we talked to her brother tonight, who was only 10 years old the day of that murder. But when he talks about that day, he still gets very emotional. And as for that original investigator who was on the scene that morning, he said it's a case he could never get out of his mind.
Even 59 years later, retired Lieutenant Lemuel Earl clearly remembers processing the murder scene that Sunday, June morning in 1965 and the days that followed.
We were careful in how we processed it. We took hundreds of photographs. We photographed her clothing and from all angles, her shoes.
Stephen Weber was just 10 years old when his family got the news his oldest sister was murdered.
It was just really terrible. I didn't know quite how to handle it. There was just horrible screams.
Within days, investigators believed they had their suspect, 26-year-old Owen Kimball, who died by suicide 3 days later. But with mostly circumstantial evidence, the case was closed, cold, until a few years ago, when grant money came in to reopen unsolved murders.
The SBI, State Bureau of Investigations, and it's called a SACI grant. They go back and investigate these types of crimes.
In November of last year, investigators exhumed Kimball's remains for DNA analysis. It was a match. 6 decades after the 17-year-old high school senior was killed, the case is closed, this time solved.
I can't tell you how much peace of mind I have.
Weber has forgiven Kimball. As for Lieutenant Earl, he says getting that call was a personal payoff.
I like that. It's some closure, that finally it can come out, that they can name who the suspect was. It took a lot of good, hard work and effort all the way around, not just back in those days, but the fellows today that were dogged and stuck with it.
Today is the 59th anniversary of Tanya's death. Her family says they are grateful to the commitment of law enforcement, not just back then, but those who reopened the case and committed to solving it this time. I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, glad they finally got some relief
Yeah.
and persistence in all of that. Debbie, thank you.